Hello folks, I was thinking about vaccines, as you do. And I was thinking, how many folks after they've had a vaccine have been told by their doctor, I'll come back in a few weeks time and we check to see if you've got, antibodies or whatever that would suggest that the vaccine's done its job and you got your immunity. Wonder why they don't do that. I mean, because that would then prove whether they was effective or not, wouldn't it? I mean, they'd probably say, yeah, but we've done studies. Yeah, right, they've done studies. Yeah, but that still don't prove anything, does it? Because them people what you did the study with, I mean, they're different than the people that is out in the community, aren't they? They're another lot of people, isn't it? And so it depends. I mean, if you might say, well, supposing they did the study, yeah, but they might have done a study on a particular group of people that might not be totally representative of the people generally in the community. And sometimes they'll test the vaccines without all the adjuvants in them, which is them toxic chemicals, which is allegedly there to make it work better. Anyway, no, I just thought that. I thought there's some. I thought, oh, I mean, I've had, a few vaccines, as you do, and I've never ever had anybody go, oh, we better check to make sure it's work. Even if they only did a small sample, say they said, well, look, every 100th person we test them. But I don't know anybody. I was asking people. I said, does anyone ever no? Anyone? No. That's the only answer I ever get from people. Were you ever tested afterwards to see if it worked? I don't know anybody who's had a vaccine and has then been tested afterwards. Now maybe there's some people out there on YouTube land that say, oh yeah, I was. So if you let us know. And on that subject, I was thinking, on the mandatory side of things, I was thinking, what if would people let, like the real estate agent, supposing you was had the wherewithal to buy a house, and you thought, right, you go to the real estate agent and you say, I want a house and I've got this much money. Would you just let that real estate agent, along with the government, say, right, that's your house, that's how much it is, thank you very much, bye bye? You wouldn't, would you? You'd say, hold on a minute, I want a north facing garden because my missus, she likes to sit out in the garden but she's a bit sensitive to the old sun. And they'd say, excuse me sir, this is a south facing garden, it's very nice, other people have lived here, it hasn't done them any harm, so why can't you live here? But I just said about my... No, sir, now, stop coming up with... You're being silly now, sir. We might have to refer you to somebody, sir. Yeah, but this house is too far away from where I work. Now, sir, we've decided this is the best location for you. It's for your benefit. It's very nice here, very safe here. This is where you're going to live. We, along with the government, have decided that this is where you live. And you went, I mean, okay, if you didn't have anywhere to live and you went along to the government and they said, well, we're going to put you in that apartment, that's one thing, isn't it? Because you ain't got no choice, have you? But I mean, you wouldn't let the government mandate where the real estate agent was going to allow you to buy a property. And people say, well, that'll never happen. Well, look up Agenda 21, you might you might go, maybe it could. And people will say, yeah, but governments don't decide where people can own property. That's like a free market. I'll say, no, it ain't. All throughout history, governments have determined where people can and can't live and what they can and can't do in that properties, what they live in. And going back a few years, if your village was in the wrong place and the old king, he came along and said, these peasants are getting in the way when I'm hunting. Do something about this village, will you chaps? And they'd raise the village to the ground. Only peasants. No, they don't want you there. They find a reason to get you somewhere else, won't they? It's a bit more subtle these days, because I mean, it's like with cars, isn't it? Supposing they mandated that every 5 years, because they like their 5-year plans, don't they? It's a 5-year election cycle. Some countries it's 4, but most it's 5. Nice one. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I digress. But anyway, so supposing they said, every 5 years you've got to replace your car. Mandatory, that is. Because of course it's for your safety. Because cars over a certain age, they might be a bit dangerous, and only museums and bona fide collectors that pay the special museum and bona fide collector exemption tax are, in other words, the people that got only they can have the old-fashioned cars. You got to have a up-to-date one what is got all the latest eco-friendly. Eventually they phase it out. So no sir, you can't have a car, sir. No sir, you don't need one. We have deemed that you don't need. But I mean, it could start off, couldn't it? I mean, the motor industry having a bit of a hard time, says nudge nudge government. I mean, if they do the same as pharmaceutical industry appears to do, obviously they don't, but they appear to have a few mates in government, don't they? I think everyone should have the vaccine. Ching ching, we'll buy it and we'll mandate that they all have it then. Big Pharma, yes, Big Pharma, whatever you say, Big Pharma. Will you contribute to our election campaign next time? Thank you very much. No, I'm sure that doesn't happen. No, that wouldn't happen. No, that's a conspiracy theory, isn't it? That is. No, it don't work like that. Anyway, let's suppose in the car industry, which didn't have so much luck with the bailouts from the bank, like the banksters had, but let's suppose in the car industry said that, and you might say, well, they wouldn't do it mandatory, they'd have to change it every 5 years and stuff like that, for safety reasons. I say, they might do it for environmental reasons, mightn't they? What's your carbon footprint, sir? No, we've reduced it since last year, sir. No, if you want a carbon footprint that big, sir, you'll have to pay extra tax. But I'm a poor peasant, I haven't got the money. Well, you'll have to downsize your vehicle. But I've got 5 kids, and a wife, and a dog. Well, sir, you should have thought of that. You'll have to go on a bus. Sorry. Because we're trying to save the planet, you know. It could happen, couldn't it? It won't put. First thing, take your shots, the old vaccine up the, mandatory that. Then it'd be mandatory, you can't live there, or you can't do this. And they've already got regulations like that. Even pop stars that have got millions of pounds are being told, sir, conservatory, sir, you can't have that there, sir. And that's in an area where they got loads of space between the houses, in a posh estate, that is. That ain't a little thing, innit? That's a little conservatory. And it's I was just bit of a rant there, but anyway, next time you go and buy something in the shop, ask the government to mandate it. No, you've all got to buy that washing powder. But I don't like that washing powder, it gives me a... No, it's mandatory for your safety, you've all got to buy that washing powder. But, no, and we will be testing members of the public to make sure that they've been using that washing powder, because we've got these detectors that we can strap to your arm, and you've got to keep them there so that we make sure that we can detect... But it makes me come out in a rash. No, sir, sorry, sir. It's mandatory for the safety of all the public. You have got to... I mean, where did it stop? I'd better stop, and we all fall asleep, won't you? Cheers for now.